Okay, Barney, let's say it's your day off and you've got nothing special to do.
Today is my day off.
Yes, I know, and you're here with me, unfortunately. But I'm not really talking about today. I'm saying like maybe tomorrow, for example, and you're at home.
Well, I'll be at work tomorrow.
Yes, of course, I understand that. But let's just say for now, tomorrow is your day off.
You mean I have tomorrow off?
Sure, whatever. Now that I think of it, you got the whole week off. I'm surprised you didn't know. Anyhow, tomorrow on your imaginary day off from your soon-to-be ex-employer Boyles and Boyles, you could watch a little TV. Or in your case, maybe play a video game with your son Nicholas. Only your son, like usual, has escaped and is out with his friends at the moment. Anyway, you could also, dare I say, read a silly book on magic. But you're getting tired, not of magic, that's for sure, but of just sitting around. So you're feeling a little lonely and want someone to have some fun with. Then suddenly it hits you, like a car careening out of control. Oh, how I dream. Anyway, it hits you. I have my dead guy. I wonder if my gooey friend would like to do something with me. At that moment, you realize you've just been struck. Unfortunately, not by the car, but by a great idea. Because your zombie dude loves to play games. You could play the game, Chase Me, I'm Delicious. Or also, you know you want me, baby. Just a word of caution, though. When playing games like these with your flesh-eating buddy, don't get carried away and let things get out of hand. You need to be careful. So put your oozing goo guy on a leash. The last thing you want is for some mishap to occur. I would also highly recommend to have your little dead dude's teeth removed. It's a good idea in general, especially if you do plan on playing fun games like these. I mean, you don't want to find out too late in the game that you have poor motor skills, are prone to stumbling, and with you, Barney, I'm almost certain that's exactly the case. Just know, missteps like those are precisely what your little dead dude Hal is hoping for.
I'm gonna train Hal not to bite.
What? That's about as stupid as your honor system. Try to understand, Barney. Zombies are kind of like you. Untrainable. That's another thing you've got in common. You must be feeling pretty special right about now. Try having your zombie's teeth removed, rather than go with some dim-witted idea of training your zombie not to bite. It will help avoid any tragic accidents from occurring. Also, don't make this a do-it-yourself kind of job. I mean, we both know your track record in these kind of scenarios are, well, pretty poor. So have it done by an expert. Let good old Dr. Dugan take care of it. Then, if it all goes sideways, at least you have insurance, and you know nobody's really going to miss the good old doctor.
Well, I'll miss him.
Really, Barney? Well then, perhaps you should do it yourself, because Dr. D will certainly not miss you. Now, Barney, I don't recommend that you play games that are harmful or cruel to your putrid pal. You know, the dead guy. And it's sad when a zombie owner plays games like Inhuman Dartboard or Punch Me, I Can Take It. So I strongly suggest you not play any games like these.
Well, how do you play those games?
That's my point, Barney. You shouldn't. Really, there's no fun in it for your ghoulish guy when you're using its face to improve your throwing skills. It might seem like harmless fun, and technically speaking, to you it is. But for your little dead dude, you can poke an eye out. Also, other games to avoid, like Pin the Tail on This Dead Jackass, might sound like fun times at parties, but they're degrading. So just don't do it. Even if it turns out that your dead guy Hal actually did enjoy getting poked in the ass when he was alive, I would guess now your dead friend probably won't be too happy being the butt of this little game.
Well, do you know any games that involve magic?
Offhand, I'd have to say no. But you could perform a little magic and disappear. I'd love to see that trick. Try to imagine that you're not some obnoxious, magic-loving idiot, but a dead, decaying corpse of your former stupid self. And now you're being treated as if you're some kind of stupid, hideous monster that nobody loves. Now for you, Barney, that shouldn't be hard to imagine at all. Anyhow, you're just around for someone else's amusement. Now, Barney, even if your owner does say you've become the life of the party, it still hurts. I know this all sounds too familiar to you, so don't be ashamed to cry. The only thing you should be ashamed of is if you play these games with your little dead pal, even if he was a backstabbing douche of a friend who had sex with your wife over and over and over and over again. I really do hope you're getting the point, Barney, and that you're aiming to be a good zombie owner. Even though you won't be a smart one, hopefully you will try to find games that are fun for all. One game you can play is the always entertaining You Almost Got It Boy. It's a simple yet fun game for everyone.
Do you throw cupcakes?
No, Barney, it doesn't involve throwing cupcakes. You see, zombies, in case you've forgotten, are meat eaters, so they're not much into frosty-laden treats. Anyhow, what you'll need for this game is some rope, a long stick, and a huge piece of meat. Remember, you don't need to use actual human flesh. I mean, there's no need to sacrifice little Nicholas's finger or toe just for a few hours of fun, right? Sure, he did just break your prized, silly, fake magical wand collection and then hid it from you.
He did.
Oh, you weren't aware of this. Well, at any rate, certainly some kind of punishment is in order, but surely not lopping off a toe. Think about magical hamburgers, Barney, before you act too hastily. I'm certain you'll forget all about it. Try, just like you would at meal times, to dress up the piece of meat, or Nicholas's toe, whichever you decide to go with, by using a torn dress or skirt. Then you could imagine the meat is perhaps a chunk of Mrs. Wixom from church. You know the woman. Maybe your drooling pal, the dead guy, has been eyeing her on those morning jaunts. Now your buddy can finally get a sweet taste. Again, the key point here is to just make it look like someone. Now, with piece of meat ready to be served, take the rope and tie one end to the meat, then the other end to the stick. Also make sure you use a stick that has a good length. Now you're ready to dangle this gruesome treat to your dead buddy Al.
Do I need an enchanted stick?
Now, Barney, the stick doesn't have to be enchanted. Just use an average stick.
Why can't I use an enchanted stick?
Well, that would be impossible, since there's no such thing as enchanted sticks. Look, Barney, can we just stay on topic? You know, the very serious subject of pet zombie care. I mean, you do realize that you didn't buy a book on magic, but on pet zombie care. The basics, that is. So how about we just stick to that?
But I like magic.
Well, Barney, if you like magic so much, why don't you buy a book on how to care for your silly, fake, broken wands? Maybe you can fix those with magic. Try not to speak about magic, or even speak at all if you can, while we're talking about the very serious subject of pet zombie care. Not only does the whole nonsense of magic make me want to laugh, but it detracts from me discussing the topic at hand.
Can I think about magic?
To be honest, I would be surprised if you could outwit a butterfly, let alone think of anything relevant, so I guess it's perfectly okay to think of magic. Now, Barney, returning to what's really important, which is anything other than magic. At this point, you'll want to chain or leash your dead pal to a tree or something. Also, make sure there's a good amount of length to the leash or chain so your dead guy has some freedom to move. Once you've done that, with non-magical stick in hand, you can dangle that tasty morsel just out of reach. He will chase it for hours, much like you will chase stupid fantasy subjects. Also, don't forget, Barney, to cheer on your lovable little dead dude by saying, "You almost got it, boy," or, "Oh, so close, too bad, pal." Either one is okay. What's great is you can do this over and over. Your dumb guy Hal, well, second to you, will never tire of it. Try changing up this game a bit with ghoulfish. Instead of a non-magical stick, use a fishing pole to tie the fleshy treat to. Then cast your fishing rod out towards your ghoulish guy, and then quickly reel it in at just the last moment. Watch as your dead buddy scrambles ever so hard to get his decaying hands on a piece of whomever. Again, Barney, these types of games can keep your gruesome little pal entertained for hours. If you want, you can just take a lazy Sunday and just sit back with a cold beer, or burger, I guess, for you, in one hand, and in the other, your fishing rod, saying "ghoulfish," while you cast out your line to your hungry little dead dude Hal.